All right, welcome back to ROI Live. 5 minutes, one fix, three times your results. I am here with one of our amazing consultants, Rebecca VanderKolk, today, and she is going to share. I'm calling it a data hack. That's kind of what I'm feeling today, Rebecca. So, what do you got for us today? I'm excited to learn about this one.
So I hear over and over and over and over, I got to clean up my database. I'm going to clean up my database. And if you're anything like a large majority, including myself, the A's get cleaned up really well. The B's kind of get cleaned up, and then we run out of steam and life gets in the way. So discovered this a handful of years ago, but pulling down your database, if you pull it down to a spreadsheet and you can upload it into the United States Postal Service MOVE program, you're able to find out whose addresses have changed. They've submitted in a change of address in the past 48 months. So in the past four
Well,
years, if somebody has moved, not only will they tell you they moved, they'll also tell you the address that they changed to. So when I did this for the very first time, so the first place I went was melissa.com. Weird name, don't ask. It works. You can you download your database and upload it to them. You can do up to 100,000 addresses. It costs currently $50 to do that 100,000, and about 24 hours later back, you'll get your database back with any of the address changes.
hmm,
And I will tell you, when we did it for the very first time, we found way more people than we ever thought, and it totaled out to be about $140 million of lost volume of real estate that people sold without us.
okay, wow,
So that's the negative to it.
right.
The positive to it is now you can go instead of going person by person and looking up their addresses and seeing if they've moved or sold. Now you have it great, and you can focus on the ones that actually did. You can see who they used to sell to. You can change their address. And then we actually said, okay, if we can't fix this, let's feature it. Let's feature this issue. So we just started a mailing campaign and we called it out. We are so sorry we failed you and didn't stay in
Hmm,
touch. What did was there something we could have done that would have made you use us? We would love to stay in touch with you again in the future. You
hmm.
know, blessed be in that. And it's amazing. I mean, some people we never heard from. And then there were some that actually started to re-engage with us again and are back actively in our database. And we have their new address, and we started them on different campaigns specifically for that now that we have their new.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but going through at the time our database was 22,000 names and addresses, and the time even a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, even a cyberbacker or a remote worker or something like that working at their things, you $50, you're going to spend it in about through the A's
Yeah, absolutely.
and never get to the rest.
Yeah. So there's a huge time savings here. I love that you kind of leaned into the strategy and, it sounded like, okay, well, you found some people that didn't actually decide to work with you, but you made that part of the campaign and you re-engaged, past clients. That's really awesome as well. Um, if someone wanted to employ something like this, or they wanted to look for, okay, I love this idea, how does this work in practice? And then what would that expected ROI look like? Just continue the story. What was some of the ROI that you guys found once you did this?
Well, I mean, straight dollar. If you do any sort of mailers, I mean, at today's postage rates, even if you're bulk mailing a postcard, you're talking about a 50-cent mailing.
Right.
So saving and making sure that they're actually going to the people that you want. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, off sending a mailer to somebody who didn't know who you were is potentially good as well.
Right.
So maybe you send to them as well.
Right.
But
Yeah.
um, so there's that hard thing. Also saying, I don't know. I mean, real estate specifically, all I hear is we have to clean up our database. But I can imagine not even just real estate, everybody else has. If you're sending out
Absolutely.
anything of mailing,
Absolutely.
why wouldn't you want to know their accurate addresses?
Right.
Um, and then in addition to, you never know who you can go. So to me, it's not only a time savings, it's a salary savings, it's also a money savings win. And if you ever decide to do some mail out, and then you know what? I think there's a psychological of calling out the elephant in the room and saying, we messed up.
Hmm.
The integrity and the authenticity behind it can also show what you do for your business, and that we didn't stay in touch, we failed, we want to learn from it, help us, partner with us, make us better. And oh, by the way, we're going to show you how awesome we are. So when you do go to resell, this time they'll use us.
Yeah.
Or you learn from why they didn't use you if they're going to be nice enough to tell you. And
Yeah.
that is priceless.
Yeah. Okay, so many cool angles for this. I love it. It's $50. Like, honestly, that's pretty cheap. Easy way to save some time and avoid manually doing the input. Easy way. It's not very expensive, so that's a nice asset. And it's a really great way to clean up the database. So that's great too. Any last thoughts before we hop off today about this? Any thoughts on like why wouldn't we do this? Is there anything that comes to mind? It's simple, right?
Once we realized it, it was, I mean, now it's a yearly thing. It happens before we do our yearly mail out for Thanksgiving. So it's part of our summer program. When we tip into the R cycle, we're usually pretty slow in August. So that's when the admin team jumps on this. We run it through the system, $50, get an update of where things are. And shockingly, it's really sad, but human error happens. But sometimes we
Right.
just don't even change the address when they actually sold with us.
Right. Yeah. Awesome.
So
Cool. Well, thank you, Rebecca. This was a really interesting one. Different angle on this of cleaning up your database. So love it. Thank you so much.
awesome. Have a great one.